see. Front part of the frame is off the Greeves, and I've just been doing a bit of painting. Just a rattle can job on that top tube, because more or less finished with that bit. I don't need to do anything else with that, so I can just paint that. I'll put that out of the way somewhere, put it in the other shed, keep that out of the way. I can still do what I need to do on here. Yeah, so there's a few bits to do. I've got some stainless there. I need to make some studs, some engine studs, so that's one little job to do. I've also got newly fabricated brake pedal and shaft and end piece, so that has got to be fitted in there. I have got to make up a little spacer for this end. You can get them. Hope if I get it in shop with that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've got to make a little spacer up for this end, because this end comes off, this washer comes off the end here. Just knock this pin out, and that sort of goes, let's see, sort of goes, I've got it upside down, but yeah, so that will go something like that in there. So you can see there's a little bit sticking out that end. Yeah, so this piece comes to this side of this this bracket, that red bracket. And this washer stops it going that way. Yeah, so that pin, you just knock that out, slide the shaft through, and then knock the pin back in. So that has all got to be prepped for painting. Yeah, I'll get these edges off, these sharp edges, file them down, get rid of them, so that the paint will, you know, stick to the corner, so to speak. Yeah, so that could all be painted up. That's another little job to do. And I also got some, well, they were advertised as Greeves Anglian new old stock, but yes, they look new, but looks like they got mud on them, so someone was trying them out and then just took them back or something. But yeah, apart from that, they look okay. So I'll just need to give them a little bit of a clean up. Certainly better than those ones. You probably noticed that's on upside down. Doesn't matter, it's just to hold the hold this in place while I'm playing about with it. Yeah, so that's got to be done. Yeah, so this will also mean that I can work out where, or what I need to do here for a little stop. I need to make a little stop for the back of this, so I can temporarily put that in there, make a little bracket up, weld it on there, so that'll be that little job done. And I've also got to weld a little bracket up here somewhere for an exhaust or silencer, which I haven't got yet. So I don't know. I don't know where that's got to go. But yeah, got a few more little bits and pieces to keep going on with. Yeah, I think I'll have a look at this first. Studs I could do on the lathe any time really. Yeah, I have got studs in there, but they're a little bit short. They're okay there with flat washers on, but spring washers are slightly thicker. Don't think that would be enough. So yeah, I'll make some slightly longer ones, and the ones underneath are even shorter. The one in the front there is just a bolt. I think that's meant to be a stud as well. So yeah, so 3 studs I need. So that's the job for that. Yeah, first of all, let's have a look at this. Right, so that's roughly how that goes in there. something like that. I've just left the little roll pin out for now. I think I might even do this a little bit different. Might even thread it. I'll come up with some other way of doing it rather than the roll pin. Yeah, so I've got to make a little spacer up for this end. So I've got that washer on there, although I probably could do with a slightly bigger penny washer on there. So this end is, I want something around 7/8 by the looks of it. Yeah, so you've got a little bit of wiggle room in there. So I'll find a bit of tube up. If I haven't got a bit of tube, I'll turn down a piece of bar, bore that out, and then once I've done that, I'll turn my attention to this here stop that I'm going to need to put on the frame. Right, so let's have a little search for some tube. Right, here we are. Just made a little spacer out of aluminium, actually, a piece of aluminium bar I had. That will do it. It's not a very good fit in there, but I suppose once it's got some paint on it, that'll tighten up a little bit. Right, so that's that end. That won't go. There's a little bit of play there, but you've got to have a little bit. I think what I will do is make a thicker steel washer this end, thicker and slightly bigger diameter. Yeah, that's only a little plain flat washer. That's not really that good, I don't think. And then yeah, I've got to sort something out with this. Unfortunately that hole in there isn't straight, so I might have to weld the hole up and re-drill it, or do something do something with it, because I don't really like the idea of having a roll pin in there. I know that's probably what they are, a standard, but yeah, I'd rather have something a bit more solid, I think. And if I drill it and just have a bolt through, don't necessarily have to thread it. I could have a bolt with a nut on, little lock nut on the back, nylock or something. I think that would be a little bit better. Right, yeah, so, and then once I've done that, I can work out this bracket here. Now I'm going to turn my attention to this little bracket I need to make here. I've just had a look at some photos. So I've got an idea what it should look like. Whether it will come out like that is another matter. Yeah, so I have just found some flat bar. It's a little bit wide, a little bit deep, a little bit thick. But I don't suppose that'll matter if it's a bit too thick. That'll just be stronger. So I just need to bend this up into a shape. I need to have a hole drilled and tapped for a bolt. That's like an adjuster which goes against the back of there, so you can adjust the height. Yeah, the weird thing is there doesn't seem to be any kind of spring on this brake pedal like you would you know, you'd expect to see. Most bikes have some kind of spring just to hold that back, but I guess it just relies on the rear drum holding that, springing that back up. So yeah, strange. Certainly couldn't see nothing in the parts books, and I sort of studied photos. I can't see anything. I'd expect to see a spring sort of here just to pull the lever back up against the stop, but yeah, strange. Yeah, so I'll get on, cut a piece of this down, bend it up, then I'll have to take the engine and everything out and swing arm off. I think probably might be easier, and then remove this old broken piece here and replace it with that, and hopefully get it in the right place. Just cut that to length. It's 90mm long, so I've got 40mm coming back this way and 50 going that way, but I can always shorten the that end if I need to. Yeah, and I'll just hit that with the grinder just to get rid of the scale. So now I've got to try and bend it. I think I might just put a little score line down with the cutting disc, just so I get a nice clean edge, nice clean bend. That, yeah, I think that'll be okay. Right, it's got a nice right angle bend in there. So I think now I will work out where I need to drill this hole and tap it. Yeah, so that's gonna sit there like that. So I need to have I could have made that a bit shorter on that far end. Yeah, so I need to work out where I need to put the hole here. So that'll be the next little bit. Right, there we are, tapped. So that'll be, once it's in, can't get it in the right place, but that'll be the adjustment for there. Right, now the ones I've been looking at have got a piece of bracing across, so I think I will probably do the same. Just cut a little piece to go across there and weld it on. Though this is quite a bit heavy, it probably doesn't need it, but yeah, it won't hurt. Just have a little bit across that corner. So that'll be the next little bit. Break out the welder. Right, that's that welded on, that little brace support piece. Just give it a clean up with a grinder, but I will just go over with a file just to get these a bit smoother. But yeah, that will do the job, I think. I've just rounded off that end as well with the grinder, but yeah, I'll go over that with the file as well, get a better job there. But yeah, that's that pretty much ready to go on there. Might just have to take a bit out of, oh, that's in shot. Yeah, might just have to take a little bit out of here with the grinder. Take that edge back a bit. I think I've gone too far over, because that's going to hit against here, against there. Yeah, so I'll take that down a bit and tidy it up. So that is basically ready to weld on. So yeah, to do that I'll have to take the engine out and everything. I'll take the frame away from the engine to weld it on. I just put a mark on there so I know where to get it on the right angle. So obviously once I grind all this lot off, once that's gone, I won't have a clue. Yeah, so right, next little job. Managed to get the old one off, although I did sort of go into the frame a little bit there. So that has got to go on there, something like that. Only problem is I was going to weld it, but I've either got to take this braze rope back or I've got to braze it. Which last time I tried to do some brazing wasn't that successful, but yeah, yeah, I don't know, I might have to just give it a go and see what happens. That's because I haven't got gas welder. I've only got the MIG welder, so I've got some MIG braze wire. So yeah, I think that I might just give that a try first. If not, I'm going to have to take all this sort of back far enough so I can actually get weld in there, which yeah, I might even change my mind and do that. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Right, there we are, that's on. Hopefully it's in the right place. I don't think it's going to be too far out. I think I will just sort of just rest it back a bit. I think I'll just get some primer on there before that starts to rust, but that's that little bit done. I've just got to do the put a bracket on for the silencer, but I think I'm just gonna put like a tab on somewhere and just hope that it's in the right place, because as yet I haven't got a silencer. So yeah, that's one of those things. It's quite difficult to find one, because that's 1 3/4 pipe. Yeah, this is the pipe. It's high level pipe, but that's 1 3/4. Yeah, so as yet I've had no luck. I did pick this up at a car boot, but that is, I think that's 1 1/4. Right, and yeah, I can't really see how I can adapt that. I haven't got any aluminium welding capabilities, equipment or anything, so can't sort of take that pipe off, or you know, and put a bigger one in there. Yeah, so but there is an auto jumble this Saturday, so you never know. You never know what might turn up. Right, I think I'm going to have a little tidy up. Don't think I'll do that exhaust bracket today. I think I'll put this back together just loosely, just to check that is in the right place. This little bracket, yeah, I did weld it in the end, even though it was close to this braze around here, which yeah, that's only that short piece across there is near the braze, so it doesn't seem to have done any harm. Right, I think that will do the job. That lines up exactly with that this piece here. So we've got adjustment in and out. Obviously need to lock that on there. Probably shorter bolt, that's probably a little bit long. But yeah, that should work fine. So next thing, roll pin has just fell out. Yeah, so next thing to do, I'll sort this bit out here, do something a bit more substantial, and I've also got to, well, I've started to make a big washer for this end, big flat washer, and that'll be all that bit done then. Yeah, so I'll just get a bit of paint on, and that'll be it for today, I think. I don't know if there'll be much more in this video. I'll have to see how long it is. Try not to make them too long. Yeah, so yeah, like I say, I just need to put a tab up here. I can always have a, you know, a strap going down to exhaust or silencer. Yeah, and then once that is done, I can actually get on and paint. Yeah, get some paint on this rear end.